This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I'm not good at putting things together is my point. And I look at that like, well, I'm going to need the whole month of March to put my desk together.
And co-host Marney Winfield.
What they have to, air quotes, judge you by are things that might not necessarily reflect exactly who you are.
It is the 3rd of March, 2024. My name's Corey Winfield.
My name's Marney Winfield.
And I'm going to be putting the desk together the whole month long, apparently. And it's kind of funny. That was last year. Year ago. Obviously, that's what last year means. But we were opening the 217 Recovery Center. I think we had just paid our first rent because Jill let us move in like a couple weeks early. She gave us the key anyway, so we could like have stuff delivered, and
right,
like we had probably just transferred over the electric and the gas and all that good stuff into 217 Recovery's name, and we had just an empty office.
Yeah,
it was empty, and now it's not.
It's very, very much not.
If you think empty and then think the opposite, and that's what it is today.
That's what it is. Opposite of, yeah.
Like we have stuff stored in our home here, in our storage unit, because we can't fit it at the office.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking the office. I think it's perfect space for where we're at and what we're doing. But not a lot of storage there either.
No.
So we kind of cram everything we can into your closet, but you're going to be taking a different role with us, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Which we can get into today if you like, or we can wait until we hear from the state.
Until it really launches.
Yeah, until we actually have something to say.
Yeah.
So hang in there. I do want to announce, and I don't know, maybe I should do it today, maybe I shouldn't do it today, but we're going to have a spin-off podcast of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Like this is something that I just go, hey, honey, let's do a podcast. And you're like, okay. And you come downstairs and we turn everything on and we do a podcast. You know, same thing with The Office. I'll grab a guy, Justin, get in here. Mitch, get in here. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And we just do podcast. You know, it's kind of at my leisure.
No rules.
No rules. I don't want advertising. I don't want sponsors. This is something I do to keep myself sober. And I can say whatever I want, get stuff off my chest, off my mind. If people don't like it, they don't have to listen. Don't care. You know, if 2 people listen or 100 million people listen, don't care. That's not set up for that.
We do care. We want it to be helpful.
I appreciate you listening. I'm not saying I don't care that you listen. I'm just saying I'm not tracking numbers, and I'm not basing my day or my week or my year on, man, this is how many people listened and this is how much money we got. Yeah.
Right.
Nope. This is pure hobby. Keep myself sober. And it's part of the purpose that I have in life today that keeps me sober. Mm-hmm. So if you're struggling or know someone who is, you know, that purpose is so huge, man. Finding that purpose and giving you that feel-good stuff inside is what really helped me. So that's why I do this. But we're going to do a spin-off. And I'm going to approach it like I would have done a radio show, like my radio program, you know. And it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be funny. It's going to be sad at times. Mm-hmm. It'll be dramatic at times. There'll be fighting amongst the guests. Maybe not. I don't know. But it'll be a good time. And that I'm going to approach with more of a business savvy kind of approach where we could get sponsors for that. And not saying Pampers could be one of them, but I'm just saying if them swaddlers work, I'll be talking all about them.
Yeah.
And if they don't work, I'll be talking all about them. So they really might want to pay me then.
Oh, heck
like,
yeah.
We got to shut that guy up.
Mr. Review.
Mm-hmm.
King of reviews.
I'll play their TV commercial on my podcast for free just to rip it apart and say it doesn't work.
But he'll love you forever if it does.
If they do work, I'll talk about them too. But if they don't, you might want to pay me to shut me up. It's the reverse blackmail, I think.
And he's kidding. I hope.
Yeah, just kidding. Yep, you know me. But just stay tuned because I don't think I want to announce the whole thing just yet. But it'll be fun. Mm-hmm. And speaking of fun, trimester number 3. And for those who haven't listened for a minute or still haven't caught on, Marnie's pregnant.
Yes.
With child.
Yes.
Boy child.
Yes.
Yes. Parker Winfield.
Little Bambino.
Yeah, it's due in May. And
it can't get here soon enough.
you just started the third trimester, and we were down in our basement watching a movie, and we have kind of like little theater seats kind of thing, and you're just so uncomfortable. And I'm like, honey, are you okay? And you're just like, oh, just.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I have no business to start complaining at this juncture because I still have like, yes, I've come a long way, but we still have 3 more months of this. And so I'm only going to get bigger and I'm only going to get more uncomfortable. So I need to watch myself with the whole complaint situation. It's just like, we're not there yet. So I just need to realize, yes, it's different, but it's not anything. I mean, obviously 100%, I will take every ache and pain and discomfort that comes my way for the fact that we have a blessing of this child. So taking all that into consideration, I try to just keep it to myself.
Yeah, this is what we prayed for. Mm-hmm. You finally got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything that I, as a husband, should know? Be ready for? Are there books I should be reading or listening to on Audible?
I mean, I have become a big fan, and I think probably the universe has become a big fan of just the ease of getting updates from different apps that are applicable to whatever it is you're doing. Fitness apps if you're doing fitness stuff, or nutrition apps if you're doing nutrition stuff. Obviously, with the pregnancy, there's several apps that will keep up with you, as you move along within the pregnancy, and they'll forward you stuff on you're at however many weeks. Like, these are some articles you might want to read. These are some things you might like. Have you done this? Here's your checklist, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like having sort of like a digital midwife, sort of, who, I mean, obviously you can't get any one-on-one but it kind of gives you little tic-tacs of information and makes you start thinking about questions you might want to ask either a real doctor or, reach out and make plans with or purchase or look into or research, So I've found what to expect. Obviously is like way old school. I think the first one was written like 1 million years ago. Not really 1 million, but a long time ago. It's been out for a minute.
I think Mitchell said he read that one.
Yeah. And I think they've updated, but because the woman who actually wrote the book is the lady that's on the videos.
Really?
Yeah, that's her. So it's not been all that long ago. I want to say like 20 years, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that. I could be wrong. Could be way off.
Well, I'm glad she did that, though, because it gives us something to look forward to every week. And they're not long videos, because I watch the videos of, now you're week 28. And she comes on her little purple shirt. Blue,
but yeah.
Whatever. I'm glad she did it, though, because even though I criticize her from time to time, or all the time, I'm glad that she had the courage to find her purpose to do that, to help other people.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, she was kind of like, I think, sort of like the trailblazer of, here's truly here's what you're getting into. Here are some of the things that you're going to come across. And originally, obviously, it all came because this was however many years ago. The first thing it was just, all it was a book you could buy, and now there's the app, and which reflects the book. And I'm sure it's been added on to and updated and changed with everything that we've learned about pregnancy and childbirth and how you have babies and things you can look for and science that's been able to test for things, and blogs that parents can communicate on.
I wonder what they did back in the day. I mean, we just watched.
They just crossed their fingers and said, I hope it comes out with like 10 fingers and 10 toes. And
we just watched Napoleon last night, or I did. You watched some of it and then took a nap. And even back to the Roman days, let's go back even further. Like, what did they do? Like, they were just like, boom, pregnant. Did they understand like the woman's cycle?
Yeah.
How?
Because
did they go by the moon or something?
No, because they'll talk about during COVID,
During COVID, they didn't have COVID back then.
I'm telling a story.
Oh, okay.
During COVID, I was a huge fan. Well, I was kind of forced huge fan, but I was binge watching the whole Outlander series. Mm-hmm. And, she's like a medical doctor that,
on TV, on
that goes
story.
Anyway, it's the show. Point being is that, and, the Native American stuff they go by they call it like the moon phase or something. Mm-hmm. But obviously they know that they've, I'm sure, kept track eventually that a cycle happens with ladies, and that has to do with, if you don't have it, then that means you potentially could be with child.
But it seems like they'd be thrown off because sometimes with child, there's miscarriages.
Yeah.
And then there's bleeding there too. So they just think, oh, I don't know.
I think that was
how would they know? Like, okay.
Kind of a crapshoot. They just kind of were like,
because what is it? Between day 10 and 14 or something is the most fertile after the cycle.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they knew about that kind of stuff, but
I'm sure totally wrong on them days.
I'm sure they knew to a point where a fertile
Google.
woman would still have her, monthly visit from,
Because Napoleon was pretty pissed off.
Yeah, in terms of if people were sterile or when, yeah.
His wife, Jocelyn or Jacqueline or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
But he loved her, but I don't know. The movie was kind of funny. It had funny moments, but it wasn't like what I thought it was going to be. It was better than Pig.
It might have been 3 hours, okay, but I couldn't take it that long.
It was better than Pig. It's the worst movie ever made, I think. And better than Fall. Second worst movie ever made. You watched like 5 minutes of that. I'm so glad. It's better than Survivor. It's horrible this season.
It is pretty bad.
But that's my question though, is like, how did they really know what was going on? I guess they didn't. And when did we start learning that stuff?
I don't know. I mean, even the friends
when computers came out, because before that, how would they know? How would they look into your belly like a
ultrasounds?
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, it was like back in the day they played Pong almost, like dink, dink. Like there was no technology for them to look in there.
No,
I didn't even know.
I think it probably started just like everything. It probably was like once they had a stethoscope. Once you were far enough along, then they would be able to track the health of the baby by the heartbeat. But other than that, I don't think they really. And then it was just, who knows? I don't know. It's come a long way because even our friends and stuff, because we're having our baby older in life, but they didn't have like the technology that they have now especially with like the 3D ultrasounds and things like that. And the genetic testing where that the baby's going to be free and clear of certain chromosomal issues,
So I wonder what country tracked down the aliens and got this info out of them, like technology and stuff. See about that the other night. Because there's a lot of stuff that we could have learned a long time ago. And a lot of stuff like how we really know about space.
I don't know how you got there.
How do we know what a star is? We don't know. We've never been there. We've never seen it. But yeah, we can tell you so much about a star and the makeup of the ring of Saturn and what? We don't have, what? I can't tell you what's 2 miles down the road. And people are supposed to tell me what is billions of miles away and be accurate about it. How? Because the aliens told them. Duh. You're welcome. I just figured it out. Just crushed people's dreams. They thought aliens were fake. Well, they're real. And I just proved it right here on this podcast. Anyway, back to baby talk.
Yeah, I don't know where you just went right there, but okay. Welcome back.
Well,
no, so anyway, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Because our mommies didn't even know if they were having a boy or girl when we popped out. We were just like, surprise, what's up?
Yeah, no, they didn't. And
then here we are 45 years later where they got 3D pictures.
Yeah.
They need to improve on that too, by the way. I don't know why, because some of the pictures, a couple of them look real cute because we went this last week. And it was kind of cute. But then that also kind of looks like there's something on his lip and his face is getting pulled apart or something.
You have to remember that all of that is just sound waves. They're getting that picture from sound waves bouncing off of, and there's like goo and cords and all kinds of stuff in there.
I saw some of that goo in there. So I was like,
so they don't
stuck to his face.
They do the best they can, you know.
This should be better.
I'm sure they will be.
We can tell you what's on the ring of Saturn, but we can't get a clearer picture of my child in your belly.
I don't know.
Come on.
Let's just be grateful for what we got.
Doesn't make sense. But yeah, it was really cool. I'm glad we get to find out it was a boy. Glad that we get to see pictures of him, and he's got his fingers and his toes. He looks pretty cute though.
Yeah, he does.
For being a sound.
And he's still got 3 more months to grow. So
yeah. But it's very exciting. I'm starting to get nervous. You're nesting now.
Yeah.
Like, I was up making pancakes. You were moving stuff around in the bedroom. I heard it. It was like, oh, geez, what's she doing?
Yeah.
Gotta do this, gotta do that. But we got to paint the room. We're going to paint the walls. Kind of like I can't remember the color, but there's a name for it. But it's like a grayish, or it's white, but it has a little tint to a gray or blue or something.
Yeah. It's like white gray.
And we got a dresser for him that he'll use forever because they're Amish built.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, so that should last him forever.
Man.
Better.
Should.
Better last
So
them
he's
forever.
taking these with him when he moves out. And his crib, did we buy that or are we waiting?
We're waiting because we need to, because we've had threats. I say that in the most lovingly way possible. Threats of that we'll buy your crib for you, or we want to buy your crib for you, and then but we haven't really been very proactive about. Well, we just barely kind of picked one out. So, but it's not so much the crib. There's everything else that comes with it, like the breathable mattress and the crib sheets and that jazz. So, but
yeah, I think we're going with a white.
Yes.
Gray.
White
crib.
Yeah.
And the one that'll like transform into a twin bed or something one day.
Yeah, it transforms.
Full size bed.
It can turn into a toddler
hit
bed.
a button and it just.
Yeah.
That
would be cool
if they had those.
Yeah.
Well, until they got stuck in it.
So.
Until it had a mind of its own. Starts folding them up at night.
Yeah.
Daddy told you not to hit the button.
But yeah, so we're starting with the basics, but you can't do one thing until the first thing's done. So first part was moving out what was in there already. That's like 3/4. No, that's like 8/10 of the way done. You just
Moving
need
the stuff out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw some paint on the walls and good to go.
Then get out the rest of the stuff that we need to get out, and then get the new stuff in, and then do the decoration. Oh, we gotta, because we were getting rid of the ceiling fan that's in there.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. Anybody who's like redone a room or whatever, this is we've never done that before. We kind of moved into what we got, which is great, but we've never like redone anything.
Well, not really. I've knocked some holes in the walls and stuff, but like
That's what I mean.
Basically about it. But yeah, and then we'll see what happens. But it should be fun doing the nesting part once you can actually get in there and start nesting.
Yeah.
I think you'll really like that. And as a man, I just have to sit back and watch and go, okay, honey, it looks good. Is there anything else I need to do? Is there anything else you want me to do? But having a child is interesting. It's time consuming in my mind. Like it's taking space in my mind up more than I would have thought. Because there's things I think about all the time. Just like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do that, or I'm not gonna do that, or I'm gonna be in charge of doing this now, or just yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, stuff I take for granted. Like I can just walk around and drop F-bombs if I want. But I'm going to have to start watching that probably if I don't want the child. But I don't know. I do like those videos with the babies swearing.
I know you do. You go, that's like one of your rabbit hole.
I just laugh. It's funny.
I'm like, listening. I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, what is he? This is when he actually has the volume on. So I can't imagine how many hours he spent on it.
Fuck. That's the favorite.
He's like that and cat videos.
Mm-hmm. The best is like when they're like the kids are like on a Ring video or something. They don't know they're being recorded, or they're walking by, or they don't think their parents are in the room, or they hear them and they'll do something dumb. They'll be like, "Oh fuck," and then mom will be like, "Hey," oh, and she'll be like, "What?" This one kid, he came up to the door and he like opened it, but I don't know, he did something weird and it like came back and hit him in the head. And he was like, "Oh," he's like, "You stupid fuck." And he like hits the door and he like starts giving it the finger.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, these are reasons why you shouldn't. Children are sponges. So they're going to.
That kid was probably like 7 though.
That's right. Well, that's 7 years of learning.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that's what I do. I think about things and situations that I'll be in, or things I won't be able to listen to really, or watch, and then I'll be fine with it. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
It'll be fun. So how does the circumcision thing work? We go back after a couple weeks or something, or they just do it right then?
No, that's what you know what? You should read some of the stuff I send you.
I do. I read it all the time. My problem is I have CRS. Can't remember shit. Yeah, it's a real thing, man. 45. You wait. You'll be 45 one day.
No, it's no. They have all the timeline and stuff, and how many days that you have to wait.
Because someone said maybe it was you. We have to take them back to the hospital after like a week or two.
No, I think it depends. I don't know. I don't know what the latest is on that, but I had, for some reason, I have 4 days in my head but then they might do it right away.
I'll give them 67 cents a mile. They want to just drive over to the Winfield residence and check them out.
For that?
Yeah. That's the government rate for gas reimbursement. And they get paid enough. They probably don't even need it. Just come over here and check out the baby. Like, that is so much more convenient. If I was a doctor.
I'm not talking about checking out the baby. I'm talking about for the procedure. You're not going to.
Oh. Yeah. I think they just do it right then.
I don't know.
It comes out. And they hand them back to you. Here you go.
See, all these are things of your list of things to learn about.
Put some ointment on it. Should be okay. Oh, we just found that John Wayne Bobbitt, or Lorena Bobbitt, sorry, a little documentary on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I was not really.
Speaking of knives and penises.
I don't know. I do not know.
He got found not guilty because she was like, "Oh, he beat me up and did this, blah, blah, blah." And like none of his friends, like nobody were like, everybody was like, "Yeah, like that's news to us." And there was somebody else living with him. I don't know. It just seemed like she kind of made it up. And maybe he was telling the truth and he was going to divorce her, and she just got mad and was like, "Oh yeah, well, not putting this in nobody else."
Could be. I don't know. I don't even really. I remember when it happened, but I wasn't something that. What was it? 93?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was 13, so I was not really like in tune with keeping up with that.
Penises.
I was probably just like, "What? That's crazy," and then
Yeah, because they were talking with the jurors and stuff. And if you want to watch the documentary, like I said, it's on Prime. But one juror and the doctor and like this other specialist that the underwear, because she's like, "Oh, he ripped the underwear off me," and they're like, "No, these were cut with scissors." And then how like she went right to her boss, who works at a nail salon that obviously has scissors. So she was probably like, we gotta say that you did this because you're gonna go to prison forever. So let's just do this. And then like she hired her like an agent from Hollywood to like book her on shows and stuff and to get money for it. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it was a big kind of setup. And
I don't know. I wasn't that interested in it then, and I actually was not that interested in it now. So
I felt bad for him. So we'll have to deal with the hospital thing then and figure all that stuff out. But yeah, these are things of being a parent that you have to go through for the first time and you have to think about and wonder about. But tomorrow we're going to the hospital for a little walk around. So
yeah, tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I want a nice bed in there if I'm going to stay in there.
You'll have to. I think they're all the same.
Well, that's ridiculous because we were watching the show. It actually wasn't a show. It was a YouTube channel, like 24 hours or first week with the baby or something. And it was pretty interesting that he was going through the stuff that she bought for herself that she needed, which we have to get you some of that stuff. But they showed like where the husband was sleeping. It was like a little ass, like not even a pull-out couch. It was just like a mattress pad or something.
Yeah.
It's like what Bear River gives people to sleep on to detox or something. That's what I heard. I don't know. Just those little bitty pads. But anyway, like a jail and stuff.
Yeah, it's not luxurious, I'm sure, from what I've seen. I mean, the videos we've seen, and just hospitals in general. Just because it's a hospital, they don't need you to be. They're not. Their aim is not for you to have a CERTA or a sleep number. What's your sleep number, Mr. Winfield, for during this day and a half that you're here?
217. I wonder how hard that would be.
No,
but seriously, why not?
Because
nobody cares about the man.
No, because you're not there to get a great night's sleep. You're there to cater to me. So
yeah, and I'm gonna get some Z's too, a little bit while you're sleeping. I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
Well, usually they have like a recliner or something in hospital rooms.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's gonna probably be better than whatever it is you think is gonna be a bed. That's my guess. Just guessing.
How many miles do you think we live from there? About 6.
Too many. Too many for you to go home. So, okay. If that's where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, because if something happens, you're gonna need me there, right?
That's kind of how it is.
Not sure what I could do, but okay, I'll be there. You can FaceTime me.
You don't answer the phone when I'm not pregnant, so I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'll turn the ringer on though. I'll make sure, in case there's some kind of.
We'll work this out another time.
If you forget something, I'll already be here. I don't know. It just seems a little ridiculous. Like they should have a nice, comfortable bed. I wish men ruled the world because it would be different.
Careful what you say.
I know. I was being sarcastic because I'm told men do rule the world.
Right. Just saying.
Anyway, we had a good event as well. Thanks to everybody who came out to Recovery Stories, Message of Hope Part 2.
The event was amazing.
I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do the videos or not. I did admit just kind of messed this up a little bit, but I'll have to fix that. But the sound, some reason, I don't know if I did something wrong. It just doesn't sound right. And I don't know, it could be the microphone too, because the way it was.
I feel like maybe you need to have more prep time to get that stuff figured out.
Yeah. Well,
before.
I mean, I did it the same as I did last time. I put the cameras in a couple different positions because there are more tables and more people, but the sound should have been fine. And like I said, unless it's something to do with the microphone and the way it was like this, the volume was coming back. Because I remember the first time, there were a couple of people who didn't even use a microphone. Mm-hmm. And it actually sounded better because if you watch my video, you can kind of hear a little bit of echo, but it sounds nothing like Mitch's video and the video we did for Part 1 sound nothing alike. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't do something right. Who knows? But I'm just kind of debating. I mean, it's not horrible sound, but like it's not that crisp sound I was wanting. Yeah. So
we'll get there.
See. But
so we'll have Message of Hope Part 3
in June.
Yep. That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah, but it was a record-setting event for us.
Yeah.
It was fun. It really was a good time. And
I always really enjoy them.
Yeah, and good time was had by just about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And big thanks to Traverse City Event Center, also known as the Traverse City Comedy Club sometimes.
Yes.
So Big Perm, Stuart, all them guys that helped us out.
Yeah.
Set that up, give us a break on renting the place.
Yeah, Big Perm he helps out immensely to make it. I mean, it's only gotten easier for us to actually hold the event, Yeah. Because before we were like, we don't know what we're doing at all. And they didn't know what we wanted, so they couldn't help. So this time, it was a lot easier, and it was like things were ready, and so he was amazing.
Yeah, and I think for them, they kind of look at it too as like everybody in the recovery community that came now knows about that place.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a nice place, and there's comedy there too on the weekends. So, if you're looking for a laugh, go out there. And is it a bar? Yeah, there's a bar there, but you don't have to drink. we go there, we don't drink.
Right.
Get the bucket of Jones soda going, and the food's pretty good. So
The food actually for a super limited menu, I think it's really good.
But big thanks to them again, and thanks for people that came out. And hopefully you did have a really good time, and look forward to June.
Yep, and then we'll have another raffle, and we had some amazing local businesses step up and donate. I'll just rattle them off. Why not?
Sure.
Right. So 7 Brew is the coffee
Love
shop.
that place.
I do now. It's like I'm a huge fan. It's so convenient. You don't have to get out of your car. I mean, you live in Michigan. You do not want to drive through coffee. And Starbucks, I mean, yeah, wonderful. But your Starbucks, that lost its luster with me a long time ago. I'm sorry. It just did. It's not that great, I don't think. And it's extremely expensive. And if you do want to get a coffee, and people wait in these lines, I don't even know how long it would take for you to wait to drive through. So, no. But Mundo's also coffee. That's a local roaster. They donated some stuff for a raffle. Big Apple Bagels contributed for the raffle. Plato's Closet. They were a big donor. And Randy's Diner. And Enliven Massage and Wellness. Also Bliss Tanning and Wellness. Both donated their services. And what am I missing?
Well, the
Comedy Club donated 4 free tickets to a show.
It was the chiropractor.
Oh, yeah. And then, our 2 event donors. We had several event donors. One wanted to remain anonymous.
Yes.
Costco donated some funds for the food, towards the food. And then Grand Traverse Family Chiropractic and Grand Traverse Pie Company also
That's what's up, you know what I'm saying?
helped us out. So
Yes.
it's just really nice, even though, because I did it was kind of last minute, but not last minute, but did a lot of like heavy duty reaching out to try to put the raffle stuff together. And there's a lot of no's before you get a yes, which can get discouraging, especially when, you know what these companies bring in for and we buy their stuff.
Right. And you weren't asking them for money. You were just asking, hey, you want to throw something in the raffle?
Yeah, and I'm like looking at these like places, and I'm like, you charge like $8 for a freaking, anyway. I mean, you can't pull something together for us. Like, it just seems do the right thing. But it is what it is.
We appreciate the people that did give and that do support us.
Yeah, absolutely. And the people that did, I mean, it was not just here you go. It was like, good for you. Like, that's great. That's amazing. Oh, China Fair reached out after the fact, after it had already happened. That's just was a time thing. And they donated. So we'll have their gift certificate.
The first one to donate to part 3.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, China Fair.
Yeah, so
They believe in us.
it's nice being recognized, and it's not even about having anything to do with 217 recovery. It has to do with the fact that we represent the recovery community. We represent the people who have been to hell and back and are staying sober, and celebrating those people and giving them props. And it's like, this is an event where they're all coming to hear stories about experience, strength, and hope. And, would your business be willing to contribute to this raffle or to have the event? Even better, sponsor the event. And to hear a yes, that's great, and we love what you're doing, or the light in their eye when you can tell that they connect to that topic, it does feel really good. So.
And we were supposed to do a snow tubing event on Wednesday.
I know. That's a bummer.
Stupid springtime apparently is here. And yeah, it's just been warm. So they called on Friday and said, yeah, we're going to have to cancel that.
It's nobody's fault.
No, Mount Holiday, the ski resort that we were going to do it at. So, yeah.
It's kind of like, you kind of do need snow.
Yeah, I thought they'd just make a bunch.
Yeah, probably not for us,
Yeah.
especially when it's been this warm and unpredictable.
Yeah, we tried our best to do that, but maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we'll do an Easter egg hunt. We can team up with local businesses and say, we're going to put an egg in your shop somewhere. Someone finds it, they win.
I got you.
$5, $8.
A bunch of random people just tearing tornadoing through.
$217.
Just they're like, we're not here for anything that you have here. We're just here to look for an egg.
At first, we're going to send them to all the places that didn't give us gift cards. Like, it's in there somewhere. Keep looking.
No, we're not doing that.
That was an idea.
We'll do something fun. We'll think of something.
Okay. Yeah, just keep me posted.
All right.
Yeah, something for March.
Yeah. But thanks for listening today. There was more family talk and more alien stuff and stuff Marney doesn't want to hear. But I appreciate you listening.
I appreciate you listening as well.
I appreciate you being here, Marney. Thanks for doing the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
And more baby news on the way.
Yeah, for sure. I hope everyone has a great night. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.